This video will discuss the fundamentals of silver stacking. Keeping in mind, a fundamental is an essential part of something. It is the foundation or base upon which something is developed or built. This is the Part 2 continuation of this series, Silver Stacking Fundamentals. Now that you know what your options are, you should carefully consider the pros and cons for each and which of these forms of bullion complement your stacking needs and goals. The easiest and cheapest of these options to acquire is constitutional silver. It can be found in the spot price bin at your local coin shop, or it can be bought in bulk from an online bullion dealer. You could start coin roll hunting, which is buying rolls of dimes, quarters, and half dollars from your local bank, and hope you find pre-1965 coins which contain 90% silver and literally acquire silver for less than spot. Check out some of the YouTube channels that specialize in coin roll hunting. There are many out there. Constitutional silver is readily recognized and is in such small denominations that it's easy to use for barter for goods and services if needed. Most stackers should have constitutional silver as part of their stack. Now, how much of it you should have will depend on your individual strategy and goals. Next is the bullion coin. Many stackers, including myself, use bullion coin for the foundation of their stacks. It has a small premium, but usually can be sold back receiving a small premium, so if the spot price has increased at all, there's a good chance for recouping your premium costs. These type of coins are usually very familiar to the citizens of the country they were minted and are fully guaranteed and backed by a sovereign country, and can usually be easily liquidated when the time comes to sell. Bullion rounds. Bullion rounds, or generic bullion, can be purchased for less than $1 over spot, and therefore represents a buying opportunity to acquire as much silver as possible for your fiat. The key to stacking generic rounds is to ensure that you have a buyer when it comes time to sell. Not every local coin shop or bullion dealer will take generic silver, especially if they feel they may have difficulty reselling it themselves. Bullion bars are similar to bullion coins in that they represent an excellent buying opportunity to acquire as much silver as possible. Bars can be made in sizes ranging from a single gram to 1,000 ounces. But bear in mind, there must be a market for whatever size bars that you buy when it comes time for you to sell them. Semi-numismatic bullion presents a stacker with the ability to buy a limited mintage popular bullion coin, round, or bar and resell it for a potential profit months later when the item is no longer readily available in the marketplace. This is called flipping. The key to the flipping strategy is knowing what to buy and at what price to ensure that there will be a demand for it later when it becomes hard to find it in the marketplace. Then you can offer the item for sale at a much greater premium, thus creating a profit for the sale. This is a great way to accumulate more silver for your stack, but understand that there are many hidden expenses such as shipping costs, packaging costs, the cost of the coin capsules and flips, your gas and driving expenses, and don't forget the value of your time. You must also be able to accurately predict what will be popular months or years down the road to ensure you don't get stuck with a lemon. You should also be very comfortable using social media, and especially eBay and online markets like it, because this is most likely where you're going to find your premium paying buyers. And lastly is HandPort Silver. HandPort Silver is classified as bullion, but to me it falls more into the category of art. Someone using their skills and artisanship to create something completely unique. Each piece is a reflection of its creator telling its own story. The value of poured silver parallels that of most other art forms, in that its price is what others are willing to pay to have it. Next, where to buy your bullion. There are many sources for buying bullion, and some are more riskier than others. As a new stacker, I would stay away from private sellers like on eBay and Craigslist, etc. Establish a good relationship with your local coin shop owner, build up some trust, and you could develop a good source for bullion products. Choose a reputable and trusted online bullion dealer. Check their Better Business Bureau ratings, ask others who have made purchases from these companies, and always do your research. You can also trade amongst members of the silver stacking community. Most have done many trades with others in the past, and you can always watch the unboxing videos to make sure that they were on the up and up. You can also order straight from the mints, but do your research and know which mints have the best track records. These are not the only sources for bullion, but they are a start. The key thing to remember is know who you are dealing with. Start with small orders until you build up a trust, and always check all your bullion for forgeries when it arrives. If you're not sure how to do that, then take a moment and view my video entitled Silver Stacker Toolkit. The link will be found below. When you buy your bullion can be a challenging endeavor. The overall idea is to buy low and sell high. You may have to sit on your silver for several years before this opportunity occurs, but that is the only way to ensure that you are retaining as much of your wealth as possible. A popular purchasing technique is to dollar cost average, which is an investment technique of buying a fixed dollar amount of silver on a regular schedule regardless of the spot price. You purchase more silver when prices are low and less when prices are high. Another technique is to use chart analysis to determine the best time to make a purchase. This technique does take quite a bit of learning and practice to understand the charts themselves and how to interpret what you're looking at. But once accomplished, this can be an effective tool to provide the indicators of when to make a purchase. Now that you have started your stack, the next thing is how you will provide the security for your wealth, where and how to keep it safe. For this, I have 3 simple rules. Rule number 1, tell as few people as possible that you stack. Secrecy is safety. Rule number 2, divide your wealth into multiple storage locations to ensure that a single theft, fire, or natural disaster does not compromise your entire wealth. Rule number 3, keep your wealth in a secure container like a burglar-resistant safe. If you are not familiar with burglar-resistant safes, check out my 4-part video series entitled, Is Your Bullion Really Safe? I will put a link in the description below, and by the end of the series, you should be able to make an informed decision regarding bullion safes. Because silver stacking is a long-term endeavor, extending into years most likely, always be diligent and stick to your basic strategy, but also be flexible enough to make adjustments if necessary. Silver stacking is an always changing event, and you must be able to roll with the changes. Stay interested. It is real easy to get tired of buying the same bullion week after week, so incorporate into your strategy a collection that is separate from your stack. Treat yourself to a bullion piece of your choice when you make your bulk purchase for your stack. Start collecting a coin series like the Queen's Beast or Lunar series, or maybe the Somali Elephant series. Maybe it's Engelhard bars, or maybe a custom hand-poured piece from your favorite community pourer. Become active in the community. Interact with other community members. Share your experiences and learn from theirs. The idea is to stay interested in stacking, keep learning, keep collecting items that you're interested in, and just enjoy the journey. Okay, to sum it up, here are the basic fundamentals to silver stacking. Get out of debt. Always allocate funds to pay all your financial obligations to stay out of debt. Have an emergency fund to sustain you and your household for 1 to 3 months. Do lots of research. Determine what goals you would like to achieve. Decide what form of precious metal you want to stack. Carefully choose where to buy your bullion. Strategize when you are going to buy your bullion. Establish security for your wealth. And stay interested. With these fundamentals intact, you should be able to successfully stack your precious metals regardless of your particular strategy, goals, geographic location, or availability of funds. Good luck and keep stacking.